real good with my
We're rolling. There you go.
I want to be able to hear by the time I retire, so that's why whenever I use machines, I'm going to have these on. And whenever you guys are in here using machines, I'm going to have these on because, like I said, I want to hear by the time I retire, so it does get loud from time to time. I'm going to give you a demonstration of different cuts. We're going to do just a straight cut, we're going to do a bevel cut, we're going to do a miter cut, we're going to do a slide cut. Okay, so we're going to do everything I talked about yesterday. I'm going to show you how to do it on here. Okay, so first of all, okay, if we're just making a straight 90-degree cut, first of all, measure how long you want your piece to be. Okay, so we'll say I want my cut to be there, 16.5. Always take a square, okay? Take a square and draw yourself a nice straight line. Okay? Draw yourself a nice straight line so you know where to cut. I like to have a line going all the way across your board. That can tell you a few things. If your board is straight, if your line's straight, if your saw's cutting straight, you just make a little mark like right there on the edge. That's good to start with, but if you don't make a line all the way across, you know, you might not have a straight cut. And if you have a line there to reference, you can see if you have one a lot easier. Okay? So, anyways, first of all, we're going to get this clamp set up, okay? We are going to be cutting on the waist side of the line. So, for example, I said this right here is a piece I want to keep, okay? So this over here is going to be our waist side, okay? So when we line our blade up, once you line your blade up, so just the edge of the blade that's going to be facing us. So we're standing on the left. So the left-hand edge of the blade, okay, is right on the line. If we move it so it's right over the line in the middle, or if we go on the other side, when you make a cut, what's going to happen?
It's not going to be the measurement that you want it to be.
Right, the piece is going to be too short, okay? So if we adjust it so we just have this, the left edge of the blade right on the line, we make our cut, it's going to be the size we want it, okay? So get that lined up first, okay? Get it nice and snug against the fence, and we can take our clamp and clamp it down, okay? So we just need to get it snugged up like that. I still want us to take our left hand and just hold it in place like that, and then we're going to be good, okay? So going to make my cut. Going to get it lined up. We're going to turn it on full speed, go all the way down through. When it cuts all the way through, we're going to turn it off, let the blade stop, and we'll bring it back up. Okay, so. Stop. There we go. Okay, there's our cut.
Wow.
Pretty cool. So we're going to do a miter next. Okay, so I'm going to take my speed square. I'm going to draw, a 30-degree angle, I guess. Sounds like a good number. So 30 right there. Okay, so we can get it set up again. Now, once again, this is the piece we'd want, right? So this out here would be our scrap. So we want to line our blade up on the scrap side of the line. Okay, make a miter adjustment, lift up our latch, right, press down, I'm going to go till the degree we want comes up, which is 30, look at my red arrow, I'll lock it down into place, okay, going to get my blade lined up, okay, and just the edge, looks like right about there, okay, now I'm going to take this and snug it down once again. Okay, that's good. I'm going to hang on to it still. We can still just make a nice chop cut. So right here, standing to the side of the blade once again, not in line with it, just make our cut. Let the blade stop, bring it back up, okay? The reason I don't want you to bring the saw blade up after you make a cut is sometimes you get little pieces like this, and as the saw blade comes back up through it, it might move a little bit, and if the teeth catch it just right, it could take this piece and boom, it's going to fling it somewhere, okay? So you'll see people all the time like this chop and come right back up. Honestly, a lot of the time it's just fine, but just for school's sake, to be a little bit safer, I just want you to go all the way through it, shut it off, and then bring the blade back up. Okay, so go back to 0 and make a bevel cut. So to make a bevel, we're just going to make a straight cut, straight line right across, okay, just like that. Now, bevel adjustment right, I want you guys to unplug it. So we'll unplug it. I'm going to go, let's see, how about 15 degrees, so right there. And then lock it back into place with the clamp. Okay, that's good. Plug it back in. Get it adjusted. Once again, our waist side of the line is going to be over here. Okay. Let's line the blade up with that. Just the very edge of it, so just right there. That looks good to me. I'm going to snug this down one more time. Just like the miter making bevel, I want us to be going away from us as much as we can. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Same process, standing this side. Turn it off. There we go. Okay, we just made our bevel. Okay, so there we go. Put it back to 0. Unplug it. Ready for the next guy to use. Alright. So a couple other things I'm going to do for you also. We're going to do, we're going to set up our little stand. Okay, remember if I can say if you got something long, okay, a long board, anything really over like 2 feet, you should probably use this stand, okay, because you don't have a bunch extra weight out here to make your cut. You're only going to be able to support this right here. You don't want a bunch of weight out here kind of bending down. So we've got our stands that are, it's going to be around here, okay? So when you set it up, make sure you set it up so it is going to have your board level, okay? So I set it up there and that looks like it's in pretty good shape. Make sure the board's going to be level. You don't want it to be set up so the board's like up or down or whatever, okay? So we'll get it set up and I'll look at that. Once I get and hold it, that'll be nice and flat. Okay, I like that. So
you can help him
line the saw blade up. Just like that. Okay.
further.
Once again, we'll use our clamp to clamp it down. Okay. Remember, you can adjust this clamp, the height of it, by loosening that knob right there. You can move it up and down. Okay. So you get that. And just to make a straight chop cut. There you go. Okay. Easy as that. And this will work for pieces that are 10 feet long, 8 to 10 feet long, whatever.
Hey, Corey.
Gotta have it supported.
Hey, Corey.
The last one I'll do for you is
Mr.
a
Martinson.
slide.
Mr. Martinson, would you lower those blinds down? I think it's washing out it's a little bit too much light coming in.
Sure. Yeah. This isn't on video, is it?
No.
This one, he doesn't give me this hard a time, but it doesn't work as good as the others. It's got to go like at the same speed.
Yes, gotta sit down.
Dang it.
Much better, right?
I thought it would be, but it gets dark again. Oh well.
Oh well.
Maybe it'll lighten up here in a second. It's really dark.
Am I back on again?
You're on, yeah.
Okay. All right. So make a slide cut. A wide board like this. I'm going to use my stand again. Okay. Get that set up. It's kind of one of the bigger hassles. It takes a while to get this thing place sometimes. Okay, so make sure first of all this is unlatched so you can make your slide cut. Okay, you can pull it out of the way. Make sure this back here is loosened also so you can get the full range of motion. Okay, so when you do this, pull the saw all the way out. That way you can get it lined up as far on the outside edge as you can. Okay. A little harder to ensure we got straight lines on here. We'll see how straight this is going to be, but that's a good place you want it. If this is going to be my piece I was keeping, this is going to be my scrap. Always put the scrap on that side of the blade. Okay. I'll snug it down. There we go. And then we do this, we're going to pull all the way out, turn it on, get to full speed. You're going to go all the way down. Okay. And it'll stop when it goes all the way down. Then excuse me. Once you get all the way down, you're just going to push the saw blade back that direction. Okay, don't start down and pull it out. Okay, because you're cutting against the saw. Okay, so turn it on, go all the way down, go that direction like that. Okay. Stop. There you go. Okay. So, that's the different cuts you can make with our miter saw. Okay?
I didn't.